Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about something a little bit different. I know you're used to installs and DIYs and reviews on my channel, but today I'm waiting on car parts to come in, so today we're going to discuss something a little bit different. I want to talk about how to get your car sponsored by different companies. So first off, it's really important to understand the reason any company is going to consider even giving you money or parts or whatever it may be for your car is they're gonna want an audience. They're gonna want your audience, and that's why they're tapping into you as an influencer, because you need to provide them with some sort of value. There's leverage there. You can't just message a company and say, hey, I have this build that I'm gonna start doing, or I have this car that I wanna put these car parts on, or I swear it's gonna be big, or I swear I'm gonna put out all this content. You need to show them. You need to have proof of your results. You need to have people that are actively viewing your content, and you need to be active on multiple platforms. You need to have a lot of followers and a lot of attention, and honestly, you can't just do it all on social media. You need to be active in your community, your local community, going to SEMA, going to different car shows, going to different meetups, having interviews with different shops. Like, all of these things are really, really, really important. So it's really important to reach out to local companies and work within your car community before you start trying to bite on BBS's doorstep or Toyo Tire's doorstep. They are so big. They have so many people that they sponsor. Good luck. I mean, if you don't have a good following and a lot of attention to your content and your page, the chances of you getting a sponsorship from a company like that is slim to none. It's really important to be honest with yourself and understand that if you're gonna be working with a company of any size, you need to have something to leverage. You need to bring something to the table. Mainly the reason I'm making this video is because I started out with nothing, and I've only been doing this for a couple months, but it's been a learning process along the way, and I'm still learning. I'm still meeting people, I'm still going to meets, I'm still reaching out to other companies. I had to build so many relationships just to get to where I'm at right now. And I only have a couple of sponsors, and really they're just friends at this point and relationships that I've built, and they're just kind of helping me out. Even if you have a lot of followers, it's really important to understand that companies want to see what you're gonna do for them. You can't just give them audiences, because they have audiences. You need to be able to provide some sort of value to them. I'm just gonna give you guys an example of what I usually do because it works for me. I'm fortunate because when I was young, I decided to get into the printing industry, where we screen print and embroider t-shirts, hats, apparel. I do apparel across the board, and I do promotional items. And these are all things that are imperative to brands and branding. Every company that exists out there probably has apparel. And so I saw that as an opportunity to get involved in a business that would never go dry. No matter where I went or no matter who I talked to, there was an opportunity there when it came to business. So with that being said, I'm able to leverage the apparel and promotional side of my company with sponsorship. So if I decide to go to someone and I say, hey, my name is John, I have this following on YouTube and Instagram, I'm trying to build up my sponsor list, are you guys interested? I don't just hit them with a, I'm not gonna give you anything in return, or I have nothing to offer. I follow up with a, I also own an apparel company, promotional items, embroidery, screen printing. We've been doing it for 8 years, and if you guys are interested, I'd be willing to work in apparel costs with the sponsorship. This way, the company sees it as an opportunity to maybe not spend as much money as they do on their clothing right now, or even maybe get it for free depending on what we work out. But the fact of the matter is, there's leverage. We have something to work with. I think it's really important to understand that you can't just go straight for these huge companies right out of the gate. You have to start local and start small, and you need to start building relationships. Go to the car shows, go to the meets, go to the events, go to shops, introduce yourself, tell them who you are, explain what you're doing. Once you start establishing yourself locally, you can start reaching out to bigger companies and seeing if they have interest. The likelihood of the matter is though, you need to work. None of it comes easy, none of it comes fast, none of it comes free. It takes years, literally years, unless you have deep pockets, in which case this video probably doesn't even relate to you. If you already have a lot of money, you can probably approach companies and get a sponsorship because you're gonna pay for your parts. If you don't have a lot of money, then you need to be creative about the way that you approach sponsorships. So a lot of what companies are doing nowadays is called affiliate marketing. And basically they'll send you the part, you'll still pay for it, maybe you'll get like 10% off or something, and then you'll try to sell it to your audience. You'll do like a review or an install, and then you'll put the link in your bio and they pay for it, and then that's tracked and maybe you make money on it. Long story short, you're still paying for the product and you're still doing a lot of the legwork. They're just getting an audience from you. But if you want like a real legitimate sponsorship, you need to have a gigantic following, you need to have a huge audience, and you need to work for it. It takes a lot of time. And these are not things that happen overnight. Like I said before, these take years to build these kind of relationships, and it's really important to understand that. If you're an impatient person, you're gonna struggle immensely with everything in the business world and marketing and promotional and sponsoring. These things take time. And anything good that has ever happened to me, I put a lot of work into, and I was patient. I took years to build it. And the returns came late. The returns came late because I put in the legwork and I had no problem working hard to get to that point. A lot of days, especially with people in our society, the way that things are, we expect them fast and lickety split. And we don't want to actually put the legwork in to work for them and see the returns down the line. That's called the long-term game. And that's the most important game to be playing. If you're getting into this to just try and make money fast, it's not gonna happen for you. It just won't. So in addition to reaching out to local companies and going to car meets, it's good to research or look up or find on Instagram who is also doing what you do in your area and collaborate with them. There's no better way to build an audience than to work with other people. If you're just trying to do it all by yourself, you're gonna alienate and isolate yourself, and you're gonna make it extremely difficult to build any sort of real following, at least at a quicker rate. So if you can reach out to as many people as possible and say, maybe there's another videographer who I'm interested in doing some rolling shots with. Hey dude, why don't we meet up? I'll vlog the rolling shots, you do the rolling shots of the actual car, I'll put you out there, you put me out there, we both benefit off of this process. Both of our audiences get to see what we're doing. It's so important to collaborate with the people who are like-minded in your community because you are both going to benefit. So you should be finding as many like-minded people in your community to collaborate with as possible. It really is just a win-win when you go about it like that. So if you're gonna reach out to companies to sponsor you, it's really important to understand that you need to be active with the vehicle. You can't just keep the car in your garage and install the parts and drive it for yourself on the weekends or whatever it may be. You need to go out and do events and get involved in meets and get involved in shoots and get involved in videos and try and get it publicized, try and get in a magazine. That's so important because companies are gonna wanna see that your car is actively pursuing an audience rather than just your daily driver or your weekend warrior or whatever it may be. And I just wanted to make this video because I do get a lot of questions from people on Instagram and YouTube like, how do I get my car sponsored? And I'm like, I don't even have that many sponsors and I'm still working extremely hard to build all of the relationships that I can, but the end game is, and the last word is that if you don't have an audience and you don't have something to leverage, you're not gonna get your car sponsored. You need to have something to leverage. Companies have the budgets to go out there and hire people to do social media, and they already have the eyes on their products. They have a bigger brand than you. So it's really important to understand that you are the underdog and you need to work. You need to provide them with the value up front for them to sponsor you or even want to give you anything. So that's it for the video today, guys. I know it was a pretty short one, but I do have some good videos coming up this weekend that I think you're really gonna dig. I'm going into the shop and doing some work on my car. Some of the work that I'm doing, I don't even know how to do, so I'm gonna learn. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun vlogging process, and I'm also collaborating with a local shop. I can't wait. We also have more car parts coming, which never gets old and is always fun. So thank you guys. If you are not a part of the family yet, please do subscribe. If you're a return customer, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Please like the video, comment below, and let me know what else you guys want to see. Any questions on sponsoring or questions on Instagram or YouTubing, just leave it down below and I'll try to answer it as best as I possibly can. I'll see you guys in the next one.